call.
There's nothing on there.
Okay. All right, we'll call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock, and we'll start with the pledge of the flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nothing on the sign-in sheet. Go to the approval of minutes from January 8th meeting, June 8th.
I thought they all looked good.
Yeah, good to me.
I'll make a motion to approve. I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, police report. I think there's one. I did see one of the officers resigned, and they're, I guess, one replacing another one. She's not here tonight.
We'll put him this on. You never know, he may pop it.
Okay, code enforcement.
Okay. Well, let's go over the basics here first. We issued 13 permits, the total construction value of $311,250, 9 residential, 4 non-residential. We performed 27 building inspections, 12 zoning ordinance enforcement issues, 5 property maintenance issues. Permits, alteration, accessory structure, a couple of zoning permits, fences, electric permit, etc. Now, the fun part. It's high grass and weed season. 14 Chapel was cited for that. 1616 Crisscross, that's our B meeting. That was cited for high grass and weeds. He's been working on it. I think it's been a slow project, but it looks like he was told that we would be out, check progress next Tuesday. He said he will have more of the place cleaned up by then. According to the notes, he was very apologetic, but he is working on it. 11 Farmers Drive. We have a zoning hearing for that property Wednesday evening. For the truck parking issue. But that also has high grass and weeds, so I will make sure that Mr. Strauss is contacted before then, if he hasn't already. 188 Forge Hill Road. This is this horse pen that seems to have a life of its own. It has been fined. They did not show up for the hearing. There's a $12,000 fine levied against them. I'm not sure where that's going to go yet, so stay tuned for that one. And then our favorite one is 20 Hefner Road. This has been, it's pretty much a neighbor battle. And trying to get the neighbor who bought the property, get him reined in with what he can and can't do. They have spent, Tabby in our office and Glenn Berglund have spent a lot of time on this, trying to keep this civil and trying to get the permitting that we need. Mr. Reif did drop off a permit application today, and also a zoning hearing application. I'm not sure if he's gonna follow through with the zoning application or not. It's a battle between the two neighbors. So we're trying to work our way through it and get compliance out of Mr. Rife. I'm not saying he hasn't been difficult to deal with. I think it's more difficulty understanding the ordinances. But again, it's a process. I wish I could wave a wand and have that problem go away. There was property on Keith Court, that there was work done on a new patio without permit approval. They did submit a permit application, which was denied. So I'm not sure where that's at.
Where's Keith Court?
Sorry, across from
him. There's Scott.
Which, no, like Keith is one thing.
It's the one off of
Off
Richmond.
from Richmond, not the one directly across from you, the other one where the Walkers used to live, I think.
Yes.
So they built the patio, no permit, now they can't get it.
Yeah, because it must violate the zoning ordinance. Then the other thing that we're being inundated with right now is phone calls concerning the PennDOT project. Where can I move my sign to? We gotta move our house, we gotta move this, we gotta move that. I'm not sure what the time frame is, I didn't even have time to talk to Scott. I met with the gentleman who owns the car dealership out here.
Randy Parsons.
Yes. Last Friday, I believe. He's been calling about, he just needs to move some signs. I guess he was given an ultimatum by GM to move the one sign, have it cleared out by the end of June. That's still there. So I advised him to get a building permit. So he's working with his attorney on that.
I mean, to the PennDOT schedule, I don't have any updates coming to me on what that is. I don't know if Sam, in the conversations you've had, if that even goes in that direction.
Yeah, they don't even have, I don't think they acquired all the property yet.
That's what it says.
They were supposed to start, they were supposed to go to bid by September. It's not gonna happen. I mean, I think they're gonna push this back.
So it's that far back.
Yeah, I think it's not going well.
It would be nice if they would at least make the municipalities aware of that.
If you look at the county tax maps, they've acquired pieces.
Yeah.
But it's not consistent.
I think they're being held up with some court challenges,
Okay.
as you can expect.
Yep.
But I don't think I don't think this is gonna happen real quick, if I had to guess. I would say they won't, I don't think we're gonna bid until sometime next year. They're trying to get everything out of them. They're real tight-lipped.
Yeah.
So, and I know some people that are working with them legally that have property that's affected. And they haven't settled yet, so.
I know the residents are frustrated.
Oh, I would be too.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know what to say.
So
PennDOT.
then moving on to 2441 the Selm Springs Road. We have a zoning hearing scheduled for that. Not sure when that hearing is coming up.
2441 for Keller,
Yes.
that happened already.
Oh, that was,
Yes.
okay.
Mhm.
Was there a decision made on that one?
To be honest with you, I don't remember.
Okay.
I know the 11 Farmers Drive was gonna be on Wednesday, but that one was, last month.
Okay. We've had inquiries about a property on Decker Road for a business. We're not gonna identify that at the meeting, but I can fill you in later. There was an inquiry for Ruth Road, somebody buying a property that has some animals on it. 310 West Main Street also had some chicken issues. So I did stop and talk with them. And I haven't heard any more complaints, so evidently they have cut down on the number of chickens they did. Maybe they had a barbecue.
I took that.
Thanks,
That's what I got going. I guess my only other concern is, would the board like for me to attend the hearing Wednesday evening about 11 farmers?
Well, that wouldn't be a bad idea. If,
I don't,
how's it work in your schedule?
I have an open night, so I can do it. I think it might be beneficial for this one.
I think so too.
Try and stay away from as many as I can, but I think I should go to this one.
I have a real concern about truck parking being an outdoor truck garage.
Yep.
There will absolutely be no maintenance done there.
Yep.
And if that happens, we gotta have something in the plan. That is not gonna be oil drained in the parking lot. I see I see where that's headed. That is definitely not something this township wants.
Understood.
That's my 2 cents. I'm in that industry, but I know truck parking is needed.
Yep.
But as long as it's just parking, not somebody's business, and this is now, we're gonna change oil and tires, rebuild the engine in the driveway and that that's not gonna fly.
Understood. I will attend that.
All right.
There was one other question. The property we had with the burning. Yeah. Did we resolve that?
I know somebody looked into it. I personally did not. So,
I think if I'm not mistaken, Tabby was going to be writing a letter to them,
okay,
letting them know that they were not able to burn anymore. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Tabby was going to either email or call the person who had inquired about it to let her know that it was being taken care of.
okay,
Because I'm concerned that the fire company doesn't understand the rules either.
right.
So maybe she can,
I did send another copy of the ordinance to both Brittany, Mark, and the Fleetwood Police Department as well.
I think with the leadership change there, they might just got.
We did establish that. Was it R1 or R2?
It is.
R2,
It is.
yeah.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah, it's both of them, but they were in R2.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we
where
had-
she went the graph, right? That's all the.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had changed that ordinance. I think I spoke to you soon about that. Yeah, when we had that problem.
Issue at Willow.
Crest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to jump in, so I was like, yeah, I don't know if that's correct.
So
Good.
we're all on the same page with that.
That should be an easy.
Quick question, with Highgrass and Weeds, that property out here on 222 where the accident had happened.
Tell me which acts,
There's
Is this
one
the
where
property-
the chiefs passed away in front
Okay.
of. I just recently, I go to church right out here and I just passed it and it's pretty bad.
Yep.
And last I knew, there was like a dilapidated Mustang with weeds growing out of it. You can't even see that
Yeah, there's a tree
anymore.
that fell on her or something.
Yeah, you can't even see that anymore. So last I knew, there were still people living in that residence because they were talking to the chiefs when the accident happened. So I just didn't know if that was on the radar or what was going on with that, with the 222, because
I
it's getting
dealt,
pretty bad, and I would just hate to see that be
Yeah.
an issue down the road.
I dealt with that property a number of years back, and it seemed to be half decent for quite a while. Now, I did notice the other day that it is out of hand. That property, I think, is owned by someone who lives in another country. It was a difficult, but we can send them an NOV.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I mean, obviously that location now is pretty.
The other property I did want to mention, 444 Main Street in Virginville. I did stop and talk with that gentleman. one day last week. He has gotten rid of a lot of the junk, but the grass and weeds are out of control, which he's aware of. He recently had surgery, abdominal surgery. So he was a little sore, not able to do it as quickly as he would like to. I explained to him that, we want to see it cut, but I'll work with him time-wise till he is able to get it cut without hurting himself. He said he will do it, it just needs a little more time. So that's
fine.
the worst high grass and weed season we've had in a while.
It's always an issue.
Imagine what would have happened if it rained.
I was just saying that.
There has been enough to keep them growing.
Tell the weeds all.
All right, SEO report.
Whole lot of nuts.
None.
No.
Virginville Fire Company, anything you want to add?
No, nothing to add. I know we just had our 4th of July picnic with all the town and stuff, that went well. Communication and calls have been going well with Fleetwood, but Mark would know better how that's progressing, but I haven't had any complaints on my end that I've heard of.
All the towns in there too. State, to approve state workers insurance fund, workers' comp renewal. Motion. It has gone up substantially, but I can't imagine anybody, and you probably talked to yourself, can't imagine anybody wants
No
to
one
on
will
this
touch it.
market.
Yep, no one will touch it.
It's only gonna get worse. But since we only have one option,
Yeah.
I make a motion that we approve it.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Lifeline and ambulance report.
Looks pretty average.
Yeah.
Between 30 and 40.
Okay, Walmer, Lot 1. Is that on your, or is that on yours? Are you gonna just, well, just roll it right in?
Then we figured, it really bumps in one spot.
Okay.
That's about it, but,
One spot, okay,
We figured under new business, since they're coming in for
an extension.
well, they're actually going to request, the extensions on there, if the board were to say you don't want to follow through with the planning commission recommendation, they needed an extension.
Yeah.
That's kind of cover that, but
Okay, go ahead.
they can bring you up to speed with that.
That's to bring copies.
Yep.
This is a copy, this is a revised plan that, based on planning commission's comments. They're meeting on the end of June. So the biggest issue that they had was regarding the landscaping, so landscape.
You're gonna show pictures and I'm not moving mine up.
Okay. one of these isn't working. It's this one.
My second job is I'm an easel.
An expensive easel, but an easel nonetheless, right?
Mr. Adams here today. He's the owner and applicant. He'll be able to answer any questions
Is
about
that Mike?
Jim.
Jen?
He'll be able to answer any questions.
Oh, different. But I think I met you 30 years ago. We might have did business.
Well, we built our house up in Virginville 30 years ago, so.
So right now I'm showing you is the lighting and landscape plan because that's the only one that we had revisions. Hopefully you can follow. So 222 is up here. Woolwork Funeral Home is over here, and they subdivided this lot off so to create a new lot. So we're going to make use of this shared access. Mr. Hartman asked for proof of the there's a maintenance agreement that has been recorded. So we have that. So there's an easement agreement and then a maintenance agreement for this. So we have those. And the only comment that was really discussed at the Planning Commission meeting at the end of June was to provide additional shrubbery here and here for the screening, for the landscape screening. Everything else, and Mr. Anderson's letter was, stuff for final plan, adding notes and such. The only other thing is we do not have our NPS permit yet. We have admin complete, so we're waiting for technical review comments on that. It's an individual permit, so that's going to maybe drag out another week or two until we hear from DEP. If anyone else has questions about what we're proposing, it's just a financial office here. We have the required number of parking. Our stormwater management is right here. And then this is the one that PennDOT has. So we're just charging to what we call a level spreader. So it's basically a stone trench, which will convert the concentrated flow to sheet flow. So it's basically going to flow out this way in the way it is now at a reduced rate and reduced volume.
Is it single-story building?
Yes.
Conventional single-story. Just curious.
I had a 2-story building before, and we got people working downstairs, and so it's nice having everybody on one level.
I agree.
Always worried about somebody falling down the steps or whatever.
I'm happy.
Me
Planning Commission's good.
This came in several months ago with the planning commission. And unfortunately, the way the DEP interpreted the permitting for this, that's what kind of dragged the process out.
Yeah.
So they were pretty close with the planning commission before, but then they tried to delay it, try to get some of that resolved. And DEP, like PennDOT, made it take a little longer, a lot longer.
The only thing the planning commission had recommended was extra shrubbery around the parking lot, and that was it. Yep.
That's fine. Yeah, I don't have any.
No, I'm fine with it.
So, and there's no waivers.
No waivers.
Yeah, so it's just a request for a preliminary plan approval, conditioned on our letter. Do you have the date of that?
Have it, June 26th.
Conditioned on the June 26th letter. It is a preliminary plan approval because of the outstanding permitting and a couple other little items, really. Not any kind of big remaining comments, just a handful of
Shouldn't be a whole lot.
standard comments, so.
I'll make a motion that we grant preliminary approval for it.
All in favor?
So our next step, so we would address the remaining comments with a final plan submission. When do you want? Final plan, if you want, the 2 weeks prior to the meeting, do you want it 2 weeks?
2 weeks is fine.
Okay, still 2 weeks, okay. should have had that date. I wanted to work on that date before, but, so,
I'm only asking because.
so that would be basically today to make the July planning commission meeting. So if we get it by the end of the week, would that be acceptable? I mean, you don't have to answer now, I can work this. It's not our issue if it's not.
Right.
Just-
That's up to your office as to getting everybody else together and stuff.
Yeah.
Because usually today is the deadline. I mean, it's up to you. If you get the stuff together, we want to wait till the end of the week and see if we get everything together.
I can touch base with you tomorrow and see. If it's not, it's not an issue, I just have to
Right.
put this at the top of my list to get it
No,
out.
I don't want, I mean, it's pretty straightforward, since it's kind of, I mean, we probably could, since it was just submitted, take a look at that. I'm not a good majority of next week, so it doesn't help. But, yeah, I would say send it in and we can kind of pass the emails along if it's all there and pretty straightforward.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, we'll submit it as soon as we can this week. I'll let you know what the fees are. It's basically a brand new submission, but just for fun. Okay. So then we can talk about the process and then I'll fly in tomorrow.
Yeah, I actually did, yes, I could get, yeah, I have that to send you, I may try to forward it to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yep. All right. Might as well jump right into your.
Nope. So I just have some updates. The solar farm, the conservation district reached out. They do have the addition of that weir plate that they want to put in that basin. It's pretty much the same thing that they put on the last one. They reached out just to make sure that the township was aware and okay with the
Thank
idea.
you.
Yep, thanks.
Take care. And we said, yes, we had looked at it, and they actually forwarded me the calculations on it before they sent it to conservation, just to be sure. Again, I still think some of those numbers don't represent, it shows there being water retained today if it rains, and it just, I have not seen that even when it was raining. So I think this will help and address those smaller storms. I think the bigger storms is what it's really designed for. The smaller ones are just, so they're looking at that. They want to have another walkthrough once they look at that and talk to the conservation district, which I do too. It's keeps sitting a year, so you never know what you might miss between then and now. Just a simple example, there's a couple dead trees they should replace. So, but that's where we're at. We're gonna kind of I talked to the conservation district and I said, you guys pick the dates. We'll be able to accommodate, let us know. See if there's anything else beyond that. So that's about it for the solar farm. I think the last discussion about I wasn't able to be here for that one. The fact that inside the fence has a different mowing schedule that DEP says not to do. I mean, their plans do say it's about, I think it says a foot to 2 feet is when they're supposed to start mowing. But they can't mow it any less than that. However, once you get 2 years past, when the conservation district says it's in and done, then they can start cutting shorter. But they've already talked to the conservation district, and they've said we're okay with cutting it a little sooner. I think that's just something for me to kind of. It's not really the property maintenance because it's now you're dealing with the ponds and the schedule that the conservation district has, so it gets a little funny. But I'll try to get on top of them and little by little check it from time to time.
Well, last month it was 2 feet high, 4 to 5 times a year, 2 spot springs.
That's right off the plan. So
As long as they keep the obnoxious weeds out of there.
yeah,
That's the thing.
as I understand, that's the spray. I'm supposed to help with that, but they did say they want to try to. So that's about everything I have on the solar farm. Unless there's questions.
Nobody wants to see the white thistle puppies flying around.
Okay, so the street work, when we bid that one, we always had Gift Road being paved and that's scheduled. And we met with Alan Myers. There was something that in the mix between Robbie and our office, when we bid that, we kind of overlooked it. I'm just being upfront and honest with it. There was an email where he said, we want to pave that road, but we also want to widen it a little bit. We didn't account for all the widening there. It's basically an additional 2 foot from what we planned on doing. Alan Myers is okay with. The thought we had was Kraus Road, which we're going out and doing a leveling on. We put in about 500 yards of trying to find the worst patches and get those. That number actually works out to cover the widening that we would need here, so we didn't really want to do a change order and raise it because it's pretty much at the top of the budget for this year. If everybody's all right with it, what we planned on doing was scratching that, was basically substitute the patching over there and cover the widening again. Just make sure we get that done right. Talking it through with Robbie, I think the thought is we'll level this. If he goes to oil and chip it, and there's some areas showing that they're not holding together, either hit it with a little more leveling before he oil and chips it, or just do a patch at that time. And he said he can do that with the neighboring municipality. So if everybody's okay with that approach, and then we kind of get Gift Road done the way that it really should be, because it's about 16, 17 foot wide now, and it's going to be about 18 to 19 the whole way through. So
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I talked over with Robbie initially, and I see where he's going. For water management, it's the right thing to do, so I'm fine with it.
yeah, and again, just upfront honest, it was just in the emails back and forth with him. I missed that widening part of it, but we can still get it. And Alan Myers is good. As far as schedule, they're probably looking right towards the end of summer to get in there. They're trying to get their, what they call their best foreman on the job. He's a local guy that's been doing it forever, and do it that way. But as of right now, they said maybe into September, and we said, well, you have till August because it's school roads. They're not asking for it yet, but we're still waiting for the final schedule. They think they can still squeeze it in that period of time. We haven't said it's okay to go beyond at this point.
Yeah,
Because you have, what is it, Richmond and Rich Maiden, I think, the two of those.
yeah, those would be,
Carry some of the traffic.
Yeah.
So,
it would be a good thing to have done there for school.
yeah, which we're right there. That's what their window allows for. So we're working to it, but we're still waiting for that final schedule. Here's when we're going to start. So,
Oh, we'll keep following up.
yeah, it's definitely going to be in August, though. It just seems to be what they're saying. We did not have anything else really, unless there's any questions on something.
I do not. All right, delinquent sewer report.
Yes, that was sent to you last week or earlier this week. The highlights from this is where we received judgments for Schaefer and Nelson. The Schaefers had asked for a payment plan. Scalia entered into a notice to defend a hearing scheduled for that on July 15th. Other than that, there's also delinquent accounts owed to Vicky Gerhard and Darcy Jacko. Vicky has received a letter. We have not sent one to Darcy yet. So we recommended that the Board of Supervisors direct us to update the liens on Vicky's property based on the due delinquencies.
Which ones are those again?
What's the address?
Vicky Gerhard.
Yeah.
It's first page, 1015 Pleasant Hill Road. Is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's 444 Main Street.
All better than the last one. Okay, I see.
would update the leads.
They're over 1,000.
And then the 486 Park Road, the payment plan, if you guys okay with the payment plan, as long as she keeps that report.
As long as they keep going.
Great.
So we'll update the lien on Vicky and see if NRC responds to a letter before taking that.
So 458 Main Street. The complaint was filed. They entered an intent to defend.
Yes.
So I'm not quite sure what you defend on the sewer bill.
Well, that's what I was questioning too, but I guess we'll find out on Wednesday when I go and meet Michelle.
Yeah, I mean, what we have to prove is just that they were charged for sewer, that we had authorization to charge them. We bring in the resolution setting your fees. We come with the liens showing what they owe. You know, sometimes what I've seen in the past is they claim they didn't know they had to pay for sewer, and it never works out. Again, you won't really know what they are arguing until Wednesday unless they contact the township before that. which
I have a
doesn't seem that
screenshot
case.
printout from Pam's of when they've actually received their
Yes,
invoices. and-
The claim that they never received a bill never works out,
Yeah.
or hasn't yet.
So they made a payment December 2nd of 2024. Now
Yeah.
we're
That was part of their payment plan that they had back in 2024.
at a year, over a year.
So they must have known they had to pay sewer because if they were
Well,
making
sure.
a payment. right?
Yeah.
They're buying time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's possible as well.
Okay, does that answer all your questions on that? We address all of them?
For the,
Liens?
for the liens, yes.
Everything.
And there was also 2 resolutions. We need a motion to approve the shared use path agreement and a motion to approve the roundabout maintenance agreement. That's 226/14, 226/15. These were agreements that the terms were agreed upon and accepted at last month's meeting.
So these had the changes in that we requested.
Yes. And now this is just ratifying. That was discussed at this month's meeting.
Yeah, we had come up with a resolution, joint use, and also, it was the island with the roundabout that we talked about. As long as they made that language is in here.
Yep.
I
Yeah, the
guess-
language was in the last one that we had signed. This was just the resolution stating that we are, we have agreed and we can sign for it.
I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 2026-14, approving shared use path agreement.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. I'll make a motion that we approve resolution 2026-15, approving the roundabout maintenance agreement. All in favor? Aye. Okay, stack back sewer capacity request. This has surfaced again.
Yep. Of course, the preferred solution would be to do something with Mexico. I don't think that's going to happen.
And how can we do, I mean, we've been dealing with this for 5, 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
And they can't get it rectified.
It's sad.
Said they still don't have capacity.
Well, they have capacity sold, but it's,
Well, that's what I mean, but they're
and
not,
I think that it's, the sewer plant's not running.
they're not able to provide capacity.
Even if they were to provide capacity, this residents, which is not much, a couple thousand gallons a day. That would resolve that issue. They could directional bore that right up there. He would probably be able to work something out, but they don't seem to be willing to do anything.
Right.
they can't agree to disagree. So the alternative, going all the way back to, what is the 573 plan that's been looming for
Act 537,
537, that's
20 years.
20 years. I don't know how you even begin to do something like that. I don't, there's no point of discharge. Where are you gonna put this? And the cost would be, I mean, unbelievable. Plus, what do you do when you can't discharge? How do you handle it? Do you pump it somewhere?
I'm not sure how they handle that.
If they do that that thought about process, what's the name of the area they wanted to put that in?
Kempsville.
I think
The only
the-
place they get discharge is into a Sullivan Creek, but they'd have to go a long way to get that. And to
and-
discharge into one of the cleanest waterways in the state, that's, but then again,
I've
they spread
only-
sludge right up against it, so who knows? You know?
I've only heard Scott Wrights talk about the plan once before, and it was with the possible connection of one of the properties near the traffic circle. And when he said it, they would need a fairly large farm area, and it would almost be, it seemed like
Irrigation.
an irrigation, like large septic tank.
Yeah, I think
Design.
we'd have to surface discharge it somewhere like
Yeah, it was the irrigation.
But that would
that's
be-
what he said.
you're around. I just,
That always makes the neighbors real happy.
oh, yeah. Easy to get that one across. Yeah, I just don't see it being feasible unless there's some new technology that I'm not aware of.
Yeah, I think the fact that that might be the best solution in the area probably just shows how difficult it is to come up with a good solution. And then short of connecting to an existing system. Seems like it
Yeah, I get the whole
would be nice.
hardship with Osgood's.
That's tough there.
That is tough there.
That and with the manufactured home, will hard there.
Yeah. Just not a lot of real estate there to begin with. But I don't have a good, until they can come up with something. I mean, yeah, obviously it's a, do something with Maxitonia.
No, I think Maxitonia has pretty much a new board right now. This is probably the last thing they're gonna deal with.
Yeah. Well, then I don't have a good answer. Or I said, then I don't have a good answer. Maybe we should recommend them. They do have a new board now. Yeah.
Scott reached out, didn't have much traction.
No,
Is that recently?
after the new board was. Okay. So it wasn't a big regime change there.
Well, they stopped pending litigation with Goods now. And the unused capacity is held in reserve by developers. So it seems crazy because I think the plant's only running at half capacity.
Yeah.
So they have capacity. It's just tied up with somebody the way somebody did.
Well, then I don't have a good solution.
I think we just sent, I mean, he's gonna send a formal denial request due to circumstances beyond our control right now.
So we can do it.
That's, we'll continue to work at it if the situation changes at Maxitonia, that's the most feasible.
And I think all you can do is keep approaching them and say, can we do anything?
It's probably
They
good.
say,
It's probably good. Osgood keeps pushing that and at least reminding them, hey, this is a issue for us and we're willing to connect and want to, just to keep it from disappearing. Maxitonia's agenda, at least.
yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it probably isn't a lot of capacity that you need.
Man, if someone wanted to connect to Virgil, we love that, you know what I mean?
Come on,
Come on down.
be a long way to run a pipe.
But that's probably why Maxitonia's sewer rate is through the roof. because they don't have very good management there. It's insane. Yeah, I think that's
Well,
what
they're
just,
only running at 30-40% of their capacity.
Yep.
And they're not paying the bills.
right, but they gotta have the residents pay the bills.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think we'll just have to send a formal denial.
Yeah.
Circumstance out of control. Let's just, we just reach back out to Scott and say that's where we're at.
Well, he says he's gonna be contacting you to discuss it.
Yeah.
So we'll discuss it.
I'll discuss it. Wonder if it would help for us to reach out or go to the next county board and just say, what's going on here? I was out at a meeting one time for this, wasn't very,
You don't know any of the board members up there?
and when I did, it wasn't helpful. So I remember the sewer board and they were telling no. There just wasn't a good scene. Just was, it would not have happened at this board, that I can tell you. All right. I guess that's it. Roadmaster's report, anything there that sticks out?
You?
Working carefully.
Yeah. That's a necessary evil.
Yeah.
Robbie's not real happy, but he's gotta get the water off the road, so I said, well, do what you gotta do. Get the water ditches, get them cleaned up. It's a lot to do, but
That is a challenge.
get it over with.
All right, Secretary Treasurer's report.
Okay, in the general fund, we have check numbers 12,436 to 12,466, including EFTs for $182,434.51.
Make a motion to pay it.
All in favor? Aye.
State fund, we had check number 2137 for $9,336.58.
Make a motion to pay it.
All in favor? Aye.
Light fund, we had an EFT for $862.98.
Make a motion to pay it.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Sewer fund, check numbers 3414 to 3420, including EFTs for $24,578.75.
Make a motion to pay it.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Walnut Town Fire Escrow, check number 2208 for $4,003.
Motion to pay it.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
And Virginville Fire Escrow, check number 2213 for $4,003.
And I'll make a motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Our property and casualty insurance is up for renewal. You have a packet there from Seltzer for our renewal rates.
I think we're good with that. I think the biggest increase is the workers' comp
Yes.
for the fire company. Which is kind of out of our control.
Yeah, that's a killer.
Did we get a rebate back yet?
We have not,
That should be coming, my
yes.
understanding.
Mhm.
So some.
I think hopefully next year our rebate will be going.
Yeah, some
I
of
think
this-
it's either next year or
We
the
have
year.
the opportunity, this is worst case scenario, we have the opportunity, some money come back
Yeah.
to offset this. Our workers' compensation actually went down. Any questions? Make a motion that we approve renewal.
One second.
All in favor?
And Berks County Conservation District is asking for the affiliate membership. Last year, we gave $50. I don't know if you want to do that again or more. We did give the year prior 25, and then we gave 50 the next year, so.
I'm okay with doing that again.
Me too.
I'll make a motion that we do that. All in favor?
The only other thing, I don't have it on the agenda, it was just a discussion, a motion needed to be made. We had talked about sewer. I had reached out once again, only because I finally got a hold of Dennis Cashin over at Municipay. That was the free service for the township. That was no contracts or anything. Basically, we use our QuickBooks software. They give us a portal that all the residents can use to pay by credit card, Visa, anything they want to. And it gets sent to us electronically, and I have to input it into QuickBooks, which is not a problem. It's a little double entry, but it's entry either program that you use. When I spoke to the gentleman over at Diversified Technology, he gave me 3 references to check into. One of the references uses Diversified Technology for the billing, but they use Municipay to have the payments. So they do the invoicing through Diversified and do the payments through Municipay. The other 2 people I couldn't get a hold of, but we know that Maxitano uses it. I asked Dennis Cashin for some references for Municipay so I can contact some of them. And from what I'm understanding, I didn't realize this, there's over 500 between tax collectors and municipalities in Berks County that use Municipay. I didn't realize that taxpayers actually use that for tax collection as well. So I'm going to do a little bit more research and find out about that, because of course we would all like to have a free program that we can use that would be beneficial to the township and use the actual software that we have without having, extended contracts that something doesn't work out, that you're stuck with them for 2 or 3 years and paying a lot of money on that, so.
Well, I think anything you pay for merge with QuickBooks would be a plus.
Yes, that's what I thought too, because it's our software, our accounting software, we can run really good reports off of QuickBooks.
Yeah.
So, but right now with our contract expiring August 31st, we're a little late to make any decisions right now this year, unfortunately. So we would have to make a decision at the latest our June meeting, earliest May meeting, and it would only take, according to Dennis over at Municipay, if we would happen to go that option, it would take about 2 to 3 weeks.
So how do you track it though with the billing? Do you have a program that you're gonna use for the billing?
Basically, you're just gonna have everything loaded into QuickBooks of all the EDUs, the customers and everything else. When I bill everything out, I send the main invoice over to Municipay. They'll load it into their system. When the residents go in there into Municipay, they would, if they want to generate an account, put their account numbers that are gonna be on the invoice number, and they can pay it by credit card, however they wanna do it, and all the convenience fees will be charged to the resident, not to the township. And then once all the payments are made, I would get a daily report of who actually paid. It'll go straight into QuickBooks and it'll mark that account paid. If they want to come into the office and make a payment, I can do that as simple as that as well.
I just don't want more work, just
No,
because
yeah.
it's free.
Right.
So then it's acting, QuickBooks is, everyone is acting just as a customer.
Correct.
And you'll have to update that when somebody moves, somebody gets paid off.
Correct. Yep. Which is what we have to do anyway right now. If anybody moves, I have to send the address information, all that stuff over to Pam's and have them correct.
So you can set it up in QuickBooks too. If they're late, it'll just give the penalties.
Right. Exactly. So something to consider. I want to do a little bit more research before we jump into something like that. But like I said,
Well, I'm open for your recommendation. That's where I'm gonna go by, because you're gonna have to.
We want to make sure you're comfortable with
Yeah.
what.
right. And I don't want to make a rush decision. That's why I said I want to do a little bit more research on the other one and see who actually uses it, if they like it, you know, what's going on with stuff. But more and more people I'm talking to, it's just, yeah, we're taking everything in-house. We want to do it in-house.
I don't know.
Yeah. So, but that's it. I just want to discuss that out loud.
Chairman's report. I do have something that's not on the agenda either. So the DCED was working with Scott Little as a consultant. Scott Little has resigned from the DCED doing independent contract work. Now, I thought he did a very good job putting the meeting together, putting all the recommendations together. He has done all the legwork. We had filed for another round with him to implement what he had thought was key points. Now he's not there anymore. So we had the DCD just reached out, didn't really give us a whole lot. They said, what's the holdup? Well, I said, we had a tragedy. Like, we got to press the pause button here.
Right.
But, well, there's other people waiting. So it's like, yeah, okay, but we're on pause. So in the meantime, Chris and I had discussed about maybe engaging Scott outside the DCED to implement these suggestions that he had. DCED would not cover the cost. He's not working for them anymore. He has given us a quote of $50 an hour, not to exceed $2,500. Would be split between us and Fleetwood. I just got this on Friday. So I'm just bringing it to you that maybe Chris can, if we want to even think about this, if Chris could look over the consulting agreement. And since then, the DCED has reached out that the plan, they have someone to continue this to move forward. That came late on Friday also, so I haven't had the opportunity to pursue that. I mean, I just read it today, this morning. So I didn't know what the board's thought was as far as engaging outside of the DCED. I think he did a good job. I think he handled the fire companies well. I think he did all the preliminary stuff and got to know the lay of the land. The implementing part, I think, would be, I think we're going to start over again with the DCED, basically. Yeah. They have the report, but somebody has to do all the legwork, and we'd be going down the same path. I think this would be a good idea, just at least do one round to try and implement some of this stuff. I don't think it's a huge cost.
His consulting fees are very high.
Right. And he already
knows.
he already did all the legwork. This is just the final step. So,
And we're assuming Fleetwood's okay with that.
well, he has to take it to his.
That's right.
I mean, we didn't have enough time,
Yeah.
but I said I was going to bring it up at this meeting. We don't have to vote on it. We don't have to get it under, but I just would like Chris to look at it, bring it back to the next meeting if you guys are okay with pursuing that path.
I think it would be beneficial to stay with him.
It would be huge, man. And I think he's fair. He's straight. It's not the message; it's the delivery. Because it is a hot topic to get everybody on the same page and not to offend anybody, but to try and bring this together. Because this is going to be a challenge. Status quo, I do not see a path that we go down status quo and continue doing things the way we are. I mean, it just gets to be not feasible. So whatever path we can come up with this consultation, we can go to the fire companies and try and get some change done. So that's my suggestion. I don't think you can vote on it, but I just want to give this to Chris, let him study it, but if you guys are all on the same page.
I'm fine with
I want to pursue that, so if you want to take that back to Chris, or you, whoever. So that's where we're at. So, I think we put a pause on, I think we're scheduled to have a meeting in September with the fire companies to reignite this thing again. And I think that August meeting would be okay to approve this and continue forward. But that's where we're at.
Put it on past Fleetwood as well.
Yeah. We'll talk to Chris. Chris is running it past his people. I don't know if that's tonight or also. But me and him were on the same page. I think it's beneficial. We're gonna, if DCED, I mean, I don't know how it affects us down the road. I think if there's grants for any kind of other stuff, we'd still be okay. But with the new consultant having to come up to speed, I just think it's gonna be start over. So for a little bit of cost to the township, I think it would be beneficial. Because I think the savings are gonna be there long-term quicker. So that's all I have. Any public participation from the floor?
Much public left.
That's the only one.
Yeah. Well, not,
Chop wood.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye.
Oh, jeez, I don't want to take that from you.
You don't want to take that back?
Well, I don't want
You
to. I'm sure he was going to take it home and study.
You need it.